Hi there! There are schools without information technology or interactive whiteboards. Even electricity isn't everywhere here, and sometimes schools are built by teachers themselves. Welcome to Africa! My name is Natalie, and this is Intelsphera channel. Here we talk about education, schools and personal growth. Subscribe to our channel, thumb up if you enjoyed, and click on the bell to not miss our videos. There are 54 countries across Africa and only one in the G20. This is South Africa. And despite that, even in South Africa, there is a very stratified society, high unemployment and crime rates, and all this affects how children learn. School education in Africa is compulsory, but despite that, about 30% of children don't go to primary school. About 35% of them don't go to secondary school. Of those who manage it and finish school, about 70% do not get higher education. School education here is considered weak, but not everywhere, not in all schools. Where's the other way? I'll tell you later. It's just the way it is. The school year runs from mid-January to late November or early December. Classes start at 8 o'clock in the morning. The day opens with meeting, a prayer led by the pastor for successful learning, and a speech by the director. Lessons last until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Then there are additional sports and vocal classes. People pay special attention on it here. There are first-class rugby teams, and choristers travel around the world and perform at festivals. On Saturdays, children do not study, but there can be sports events on this day. Primary school is the basic one here. Only it is free, and that's not the case in all African countries. Children are taught in 30-minute lessons the basics of written and mathematical literacy, create a positive attitude towards work, communication and community life, teach cooperation and encourage the desire to learn. In high school, classes are not much longer, 40 minutes. They begin to study natural sciences and vocational training appears. The main goal is to broaden your horizons and knowledge. Pupils should master only 6 basic disciplines and 2-3 additional ones. To understand the level of school education, those 30% of school children who manage to enter the university, the first 2 years will have to finish the school program. And what do they do then? Bribes? An agreement? Maybe, but it's all about low passing scores. We know and can imagine how schools in Europe, the USA or Australia are equipped. And what about the situation in Africa? Do these pictures pop up right in your head? Yes, it's true, but it happens in other ways as well. When it comes to public schools, a lot depends on location. Schools in cities will be better, but they do not reach the level of private schools either. If you take all public schools in Africa, 14% of schools have no electricity, 10% have no water supply, and 46% do not have equipped sanitary rooms. I mean toilets now. And besides bad living conditions, there is practically no equipment here. There are few libraries, and laboratories and computer classes are a kind of curiosity. Such familiar things as school textbooks, smartphones, computers, and the internet are only available to a smart part of the population in Africa. Private schools have much better infrastructure and facilities, and 15 to 20 students per class, compared to 40 to 80 children per class in public schools. But education here is also much more expensive. In addition, there are also elite private schools. In rich African cities, there are private European and American schools where the price of education will be even higher, but their graduates receive comparatively high knowledge, a European-style diploma, and the opportunity to enter any European or American university. The second major challenge for South Africa and for other African countries as well is security. The main rule here is always being on the lookout. Often school children walk only in groups, and it is extremely undesirable for girls to leave home after sunset. Here you can walk to the shop and lose your phone. Everyone knows about robberies and violence, but they try not to talk about it. Psychologists explain it is a post-traumatic effect of war, and society do not talk about the problems, and from this they do not solve them. But despite this, many teachers from Europe or North Africa and even Russia come to South Africa. As a rule, they go to Africa on programs to improve the quality of education. They work with children, help and train local teachers. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next one. Bye bye.